Imagine this, it's late 2009. Inside Google's ultra-secure headquarters in Mountain View, California. Alarms explode across screens. Servers go dark. Critical source code, the very heart of the world's most powerful search engine, starts vanishing into the night. Emails from human rights activists. Intercepted. Private accounts. Compromised. This wasn't some lone teenager in a basement. This was a coordinated, state-sponsored cyber assault, from halfway around the world. Someone had just hacked the unhackable, Google. And they weren't stopping there. Who dared to breach one of the biggest tech giants on the planet? A rival corporation spying for secrets? Insiders gone rogue? Or something far deadlier, a foreign government waging silent war in cyberspace? Google's top engineers raced against time to uncover the truth. The digital fingerprints pointed east, to China. This was Operation Aurora, the cyber attack that exposed the dark side of the internet, and forced the world to wake up to nation-state hacking. But how did they pull it off? And why Google? Stick around, because what you're about to hear will make you question how safe your own data really is. To understand Operation Aurora, we have to go back to the mid-2000s. China's economy was skyrocketing. Tech companies were booming. But the Chinese government demanded strict control over information. Google entered the Chinese market in 2006 with a censored version of its search engine, a compromise that clashed with its famous motto, "Don't be evil." Tension simmered. Then, reports started flooding in. Chinese human rights activists and dissidents using Gmail were seeing unauthorized logins. Their emails, full of sensitive political discussions, were being read. Google's security team dug deep and found something chilling: sophisticated malware designed specifically to spy on these users. But it went further. The attackers weren't just after emails. They wanted Google's crown jewels, its proprietary source code. The secret algorithms that power the world's dominant search engine. And this wasn't random. Traces linked back to advanced persistent threats, hacker groups like the Elderwood Gang, believed to be tied to the Chinese military's People's Liberation Army. The goal? Steal intellectual property, silence dissidents, and gain a massive edge in the global tech race. This was cyber espionage on a scale never seen before. How do you hack into fortress-like companies like Google, Adobe, Yahoo, and over 30 others, including defense contractors? It started with a deceptively simple trick: spear phishing. Employees received innocent-looking instant messages or emails with malicious links. One click, and boom. The hackers exploited a hidden zero-day vulnerability in Microsoft Internet Explorer, a flaw no one knew existed. This allowed them to install custom Trojan malware called Hydrack. Once inside, they moved like ghosts, escalating privileges, hiding in plain sight, and tunneling data out through encrypted channels. They didn't grab everything. This was surgical. Target: Google's source code repositories, the blueprints to its empire. Also hid Gmail accounts of activists, and even systems tied to US government surveillance warrants. Over 34 companies breached in a coordinated wave. Adobe, Juniper Networks, Morgan Stanley, Northrop Grumman. A silent invasion that lasted months, undetected. Narrator: lower, more ominous. This wasn't amateur hour. This was the dawn of advanced persistent threats, APTs, where hackers camp inside your network for years if needed. By December 2009, Google's security team spotted anomalies. Logs showed unauthorized access from IP addresses in China. Data exfiltrated across the Pacific to servers linked to Chinese institutions. On January 12, 2010, Google dropped a bombshell in a public blog post: they'd been hit by a highly sophisticated attack originating from China. The world reeled. Intellectual property stolen. Human rights activists targeted. And the attackers? Traced to groups like APT-17 and Elderwood, with possible state backing. This wasn't just a hack. It was the opening shot in a new kind of war, cyber warfare between superpowers. Microsoft rushed a patch for the IE flaw. Companies scrambled to check for breaches. But the damage was done. Narrator, dramatic pause. If Google, with all its billions and genius engineers, could fall, who was safe? In a bold move that shocked the world, Google refused to continue censoring search results in China. They redirected Chinese users to an uncensored Hong Kong site, effectively pulling out of the mainland market. Relations between Silicon Valley and Beijing hit rock bottom. Behind the scenes, Operation Aurora sparked massive changes. Google pioneered stronger defenses, including the foundations of zero-trust security, assuming no one is trusted, verify everything. It led to Project Zero, Google's team hunting zero-day flaws worldwide. And it woke up governments. Cyber attacks from nations like China became a top threat. Fast forward to today, in 2025, we're still feeling the ripples. State-sponsored hacks are routine. Billions spent on cybersecurity. Operation Aurora is credited as the attack that redefined the game, the first major public APT revelation. The hackers were never caught or named publicly. But similarities link to ongoing Chinese-linked groups. Think about it, if they breached Google back then, what's stopping them from targeting banks, power grids, or even your personal info now? In the digital age, the battlefield has no borders. One click can start a war. And somewhere out there, another Operation Aurora is brewing. Narrator, quiet, chilling close. The internet connects us all. But it also exposes us. Stay vigilant. Because the next breach could be yours.